Hey kids, welcome to John Deere Action Part 3. We have another great show for you. We're going to talk about farming in America. You'll see all the different jobs skid steers can do. We'll check out precision farming and the John Deere Green Star system. See hay balers baling hay and snow blowers blowing snow in the Rocky Mountains. Big time construction equipment in action and a lot more. So let's get started. As always, we open with a song.
I've traveled around the world and driven coast to coast, but riding on a big machine is what I like the most. Tractors plowing fields, dozers moving earth. There's nothing else like JD life in all the universe. When I want some satisfaction, all I need is John Deere action. I've driven fancy cars, but that's just not for me. I'd rather spend the morning with my good old friend JD. Digging in the ground, hauling dirt and stone, working in the farming fields or big construction zones. When I want some satisfaction, all I need is John Deere action. I've driven steamer trains, I've flown hot air balloons, but digging in the dirt is how I spend my afternoons. No matter where I go, no matter what I see, there's nothing else like driving hard a working big machine. When I want some satisfaction, all I need is John Deere action. When I want some satisfaction, all I need is John Deere action.
Once, a long time ago, most Americans were farmers. Now, only about 1 in 100 are farmers. But the work farmers do is as important to our lives as ever. Farmers grow the food we eat. American farmers do a great job. They produce more food than any other country in the world. More corn is grown than any other crop. That's why you see so many cornfields when you're driving in the country. You see a lot of soybean and wheat fields too. While growing our food, farmers and ranchers take care of almost half the nation's land, 1 billion acres. And much of this land is used by our wildlife. Deer, moose, waterfowl, and my old pal Rocky Raccoon to live. They call places where animals live their habitat. Our farmers and ranchers not only supply all the food we need, but produce enough to supply folks all over the world with grains, fruits, oilseeds, cotton, meats, and vegetables. Farming is a generational thing. Most young farmers are following in their dad's footsteps, and they want their kids to follow in their footsteps. This makes today's farmer want to preserve and protect his land, so his kids can have a bright future in farming. To be a farmer today, you have to know about a lot of things, like chemistry, weather, computers, high-tech farm equipment, and lots more. About 1 out of every 3 farmers today have attended college. And it's paying off, as farmers today are producing more food on fewer acres. The farmer's goal is to grow the best food possible, reduce waste, and save energy by going over the land with tractors as few times as possible. There are many different types of farms. The most common is the row crop farm, that grows corn, soybeans, beans, and rice. Field crop farms specialize in potatoes, sugar beets, hay, hops, sunflowers, and other crops. Farms that grow vegetables, fruits, tree nuts, and nursery crops are known as high-value farms. There are also farms that grow tobacco and cotton, and livestock farms that raise cattle, hogs, dairy, poultry, and eggs. As we move along into the 21st century, farming continues to improve. John Deere works hard to design machines that do more with less energy. Today, farm life is exciting. Farmers still work hard, but they have to study hard too if they want to keep up with all the new technologies that will not only benefit them, but everyone else too. So hooray for farming. Next time you drive by a field where you see a farmer, give him a wave and a big thumbs up.
Hey kids, welcome to Backwardsville. You know what happens in Backwardsville. Everything and everybody goes backwards.
We are at the John Deere Pavilion in Moline, Illinois. It's Ag Day. Lots to do, lots to see. First, let's take a look at the John Deere tractors on display. Here's the first tractor John Deere offered for sale. The Waterloo Boy. That was back in 1918. Almost 100 years ago. The Waterloo Boy is the oldest tractor at the Pavilion. This is the first tractor built by John Deere, and the first tractor to have the John Deere name on it. It was all-wheel drive and developed 25 horsepower. The 4010 was one of the new generation tractors John Deere introduced in 1960. Those sleek-looking fenders were put on orchard tractors. The branches of the trees floated right over those smooth, rounded fenders. This 8360 RT is one of John Deere's newest track tractors. You will see backhoes like this John Deere 310 backhoe wherever you see buildings or roads being built. The 730 was one of John Deere's last two-cylinder tractors. This John Deere 744K front-end loader is used wherever you have to move dirt, sand, or rocks. The John Deere Model A was introduced in 1934 and was one of John Deere's best-selling tractors. This is really cool. Kids can learn what it feels like to drive a front-end loader. It's called virtual reality. That means driving a front-end loader on the virtual reality machine is pretty close to how it feels to drive the real thing. You learn how to scoop up dirt, move the boom, then dump the bucket. Over in the corner, there were toys for the younger kids to play with. They all look like they're having a fine time. They had toy John Deere Gators for kids to drive and lots of other games that kids could play. There was the blacksmith from the John Deere homestead in Dixon, Illinois. He heats metal till it's so hot it bends. Then he shapes the metal by banging it with a hammer. I'll bet that's fun on a hot day. Next time you're in Moline, Illinois, stop by the John Deere Pavilion. You'll see lots of neat stuff. This is a nice new road. It leads to a big superstore in Stevensville, Michigan. But it didn't always look this way. We were there 1 year ago when this John Deere grader, front end loader, and dozer were working hard to get the roadbed ready for the asphalt. Here's how you operate a dozer. This lever controls the blade. You push forward and the blade goes down. You pull the lever back and the blade goes up. Move the lever left and the blade tilts left. Move the lever right and the blade tilts right. You can also make the blade pivot right or left by turning the top of the lever. Teamwork is as important for machines as it is for people. Everyone helping each other to get the job done.
Now you find some land and you plot it out. You have to have a plan, there is no doubt. Now you get yourself the right machine, and before you know it, you built something. Now you get a grader and you scrape the land. Push off the dirt, the gravel and sand. Scrape it good till it's nice and clean, and before you know it, you built something. It feels so good to work the land. Build a road or your own island. It will give you such a special feeling when you get up one morning and build something. If you have a positive point of view, there's nothing in the world that you can't do. If you have a plan and the right machine, before you know it, you've built something. So take your dream and make it come true. The whole wide world is waiting for you. If you have a plan and the right machine, before you know it, you've built something. It will give you such a special feeling when you get up one morning and build something.
Here we have a 7280R tractor hooked up with John Deere's new triple-mounted hay mower and conditioner. This three-machine system combines a front-mount mower conditioner with twin rear-mount mower conditioners to cut a swath more than 28 feet wide in a single pass. This helps farmers mow and condition more hay in less time. How much more hay? How about 40 acres in an hour? That's 320 acres in an 8-hour day. While this triple moco cuts a swath 28 feet wide, it folds up for travel to just over 10 feet wide. Jesse is working the field today, and he tells me the moco setup works perfectly with his 7280R tractor. It increases yield and cuts costs, especially when the tractor is set up with the Green Star Auto Track guidance system. After the hay is cut, Jesse will use a rotary rake to put the hay in windrows. Next, the round hay baler swoops in and puts the hay in round bales. How did people hundreds of years ago know which direction they were going? They used celestial navigation. Celestial navigation is using the stars to tell you which direction you were going. It worked like this. First, they looked up at the night sky. and found a constellation called the Big Dipper. It was called the Big Dipper because it is shaped like a long-handled cup used for dipping into water barrels. The Big Dipper is made up of 7 stars. The 2 stars at the outside edge are called the pointer stars. If you draw a line between both of them and extend it out 5 times, it will lead you directly to Polaris, the North Star. Once you know which direction north is, you can figure out which way is east, west, and south. We've come a long way since those days. Now we have a global positioning system, GPS for short. A GPS receiver gets signals from satellites orbiting the Earth to pinpoint our location. John Deere uses those signals from the sky to drive a tractor, plant seeds, and analyze the soil. Ever notice the yellow dome on top of a John Deere? That's the John Deere Green Star GPS receiver. That Green Star receiver gets signals from the satellites. Those signals show up on the computer screen inside the cab and guide the tractor or combine so they make the minimum number of trips back and forth. That saves time and energy, which is a very good thing. Today, there are more people in the world to feed and fewer farmers to grow the food to feed all those people. So farmers have to be more efficient, save energy, cut waste, put fewer things into the soil, and increase yields. This new enlightened approach to farming is called precision farming. The John Deere Green Star system plays a big part in precision farming. First, you divide the field into blocks and take a sample of dirt from each of the blocks to a lab. The lab determines which blocks will generate the biggest yields, which blocks need the most fertilizer, which blocks need the least amount of fertilizer. All this information is fed into the Green Star system. Then the Green Star system tells the planter how many seeds to drop, tells the sprayer how much fertilizer to spray, and tells the combine the best way to work the field. So Green Star saves money and increases yield by cutting waste, saving energy, and doing every step of the process in the most efficient way. But there's still a few things even the Green Star system can't control. How much rain and sunshine a farmer gets on his field. That's still up to a fickle Mother Nature, who even the John Deere Green Star system can't control. Yet.
I've been working on the railroad all the live long day. I've been working on the railroad just to pass the time away. Can you hear the whistle blowing? Rise up so early in the morning. Can you hear the captain shouting? John Deere, blow your horn. John Deere on the line, John Deere on the line, John Deere on that railway line. John Deere on the line, John Deere on the line, John Deere on that railway line.
The Rocky Mountains have warm summers and cold winters with lots of snow. Sometimes the snow gets so deep, farmers can't get food to their cattle. That's when a snowblower comes in handy. Jake Martin has lived in the Rockies for years and has seen lots of snow. Jake attaches a snowblower to his John Deere tractor and blows right through the snow to make a path to his cattle. The Rocky Mountains are located in western North America. They are known for their beautiful scenery and breathtaking vistas. People visit the Rockies for many recreational activities like hiking, hunting, camping, skiing, horseback riding, and lots of other sports. They call snow in the Rocky Mountains snowpack. In the spring, the melting snow supplies water for the Colorado, Missouri, and Columbia rivers. Those rivers supply water to more than 70 million people all over the western United States. After Jake blows the snow away, he brings the hay in, 2 round bales at a time. Jake lets the bales roll out so the hay gets spread all over the pen. This makes it easier for the cattle to eat without bumping into each other. 2 things the cows love to see in the winter: snow blowers and hay. Cotton is a soft, natural fiber that grows in warm climates. Cotton is used to make towels, t-shirts, dress shirts and pants, socks, coffee filters, tents, lots of different things. You probably have a shirt on right now that is made of cotton. China, India, and the United States produce the most cotton. Texas is our leading cotton-producing state. Other states that produce cotton include Arizona, Arkansas, California, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, New Mexico, North Carolina, Oklahoma, South Carolina, and Tennessee. First, you plant the cotton seeds. Then use a sprayer to fertilize the plants and to keep the bugs away. Come harvest time, the John Deere cotton picker takes over. Cotton pickers remove the cotton from its boll without damaging the cotton plant. The John Deere 4460 cotton picker not only picks the cotton, it puts the cotton in bales and rolls the bales out the back. Those bales weigh about 500 pounds. Because of better land use, irrigation, improved weed and pest control, and new, more technically advanced equipment, farmers have almost doubled their cotton yield in the last 50 years. That's good because the United States is the leading cotton exporter in the world. That means we need lots of cotton, both to use within our own country and to ship to countries all over the world. We're in Three Rivers, Michigan at Fillmore Equipment Incorporated. Fillmore is a John Deere dealership. It's August and the service department is very busy. Tractors and combines are coming in for service. Harvest time will soon be here, and combines and tractors have to be in tip-top shape to harvest all the crops. Most farmers wait until the last minute, so the rush is on. First thing when a tractor or combine comes in for service is to change the oil filter. Then it's bath time. The Fillmore Service Department has a hoist that helps lift heavy things, like this 160-pound clutch plate. Fillmore Equipment is a big dealer. They sell new tractors, old tractors, skid steers, gators, combines, just about anything as long as it says John Deere.
Welcome to Speedyville, where everyone and everything goes very fast.
Skid steers are small, but they come with a lot of different tools, so they can do lots of different things. Let's just sit back and take a look at skid steers in action. First, skid steers can turn on a dime. This skid steer is going east, and boom, it's going south. Now let's see all the different jobs skid steers can do. It's winter. No problem for a skid steer. It can clear snow with a plow or a snowblower. Time to feed the cows. Skid steers pick up the bales of hay from the field, stack the hay in the barn, and deliver the hay to the hungry cows. Sidewalk needs sweeping? No problem for a skid steer with a broom tool. Need a hole drilled? A skid steer with an auger can do the job. Need some concrete broken up? Call in a skid steer with a hydraulic breaker. Heavy winds last night. Lots of broken tree limbs. No problem for a skid steer with a grapple. Need your new yard leveled, gravel or dirt moved? A skid steer with a bucket is all you need. Skid steers have a small rigid frame with lift arms. You can attach all kinds of tools and attachments to those arms to do many different jobs. Most skid steers come with wheels, but some come with tracks. The left side is independent of the right side, so you can stop the wheels on one side while the wheels on the other side keep going. What happens? The skid steer turns on a dime. They call this a pirouette turn. Pirouette is a term used in ballet dancing. It refers to a complete spin of the body while the body stays in one spot. When making a pirouette turn, sometimes one set of wheels skids in the opposite direction. That's where skid steers got their name. This skid steer uses a pallet fork to move flowers, rocks, and bricks. Here's a skid steer with a power rake working at a hotel. Need a truck loaded? Call in a skid steer with a bucket. Skid steers are fun to watch in action. They dart around, moving fast from one spot to another. So if you need gravel loaded, snow removed, dirt leveled, tree limbs picked up, heavy stuff lifted, trucks loaded, sidewalks swept, holes drilled, hay lifted, don't call in the Marines, call in a skid steer. The John Deere Gator is fun to drive. It can go frontwards through deep, muddy water, and it can go backwards through deep, muddy water. It goes over logs, barrels down hills, shoots through the woods, carries heavy loads, and dumps. As I said, the Gator is fun. Cow poop is great for making things grow. They call poop manure, and this is a manure spreader. Charlie is loading the manure spreader with a front end loader. Next, Charlie tows the manure spreader over to a field where he wants to spread the manure. Cow manure provides large amounts of the three main chemicals plants need: nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. The second benefit of manure is that it adds to the composition of the soil, makes it thick and moist. Manure contains both poop and straw. In addition to all of those valuable chemicals and nutrients provided by nature, well-decomposed manure holds moisture and makes roots grow healthier and thicker. When dealing with manure, make sure that it is well rotted or decomposed. Fall is the best time to spread the manure. One other thing about manure: it doesn't smell very good, but once you get used to it, you don't even notice.
Tractors on the line, loaders on the line, loaders on that railway line. Tractors on the line, loaders on the line, loaders on that railway line. John Deere on the line, John Deere on the line, John Deere on that railway line. John Deere on the line, John Deere on the line, John Deere on that railway line. John Deere on that railway line, John Deere on that railway line.
Hay balers gather hay that has been placed in windrows by a rotary rake, a wheel rake, or a windrower. The baler compacts that hay into tightly packed bales, either round or square. The square bales are actually shaped like a rectangle, but they are called square bales because you can say square faster than you can say rectangle. It's important to move the bales soon after baling, because if the bales get rained on, the hay will rot. Rain doesn't bother the round bales as much as the square bales, because most of the rain rolls off the curved sides of the round bales. Balers get their power from the tractor's power takeoff, called the PTO. The farmer's job is to drive the tractor in line with the windrows to make sure the hay baler can load the hay properly. The small square bales weigh between 80 to 100 pounds and can be stacked on a wagon by hand. The round bales can weigh over 1,000 pounds and must be moved by a tractor. The new hay balers make the job of harvesting hay much easier, but moving those square bales around gets pretty tiresome. Just ask anyone who has loaded square hay bales on a wagon. Well, time to go. Hope you enjoyed the show. See you next time in John Deere Action Part 4.
I've traveled around the world and driven coast to coast, but riding on a big machine is what I like the most. Tractors plowing fields, dozers moving earth. There's nothing else like JD life in all the universe. When I want some satisfaction, all I need is John Deere Action. I've driven fancy cars, but that's just not for me. I'd rather spend the morning with my good old friend JD. Digging in the ground, hauling dirt and stone, working in the farming fields or big construction zones. When I want some satisfaction, all I need is John Deere Action. I've driven steamer trains, I've flown hot air balloons, but digging in the dirt is how I spend my afternoons. No matter where I go, no matter what I see, there's nothing else like driving hard or working big machine. When I want some satisfaction, all I need is John Deere Action. When I want some satisfaction, all I need is John Deere Action.
New from TM, Fun on the Farm Part 2. Are you ready for some fun? Well, let's go. We'll visit a big dairy, go to Sunshine's birthday party, learn about colors, shapes, farm machines, and play everyone's favorite, the cloud game. You'll meet Charlie, the great ball chaser, Speedy the turtle, and you'll see lots of John Deere tractors. Plus, 6 new songs from our favorite singer-songwriter, James Coffey. Fun on the Farm Part 2. You'll learn, laugh, and want more. Don't miss it.
John Deere Action Part 2. More exciting John Deere action. See how John Deere makes tractors. Cheer for the best tractor parade ever. See Johnny Poppers, plus the biggest new John Deere tractors working in the field with John Deere's biggest implements. Plus new songs by James Coffey. John Deere Action Part 2. Great entertainment for the entire family.
I'd rather spend the morning with my good old
From the creators of the popular All About John Deere video series comes an all-new series, John Deere Action. More wall-to-wall John Deere. Part 1 covers the cotton picker, spring planting and cultivating, the 80-20 reunion, skid steers, motor graders, and much more. Plus new songs by James Coffey. John Deere Action Part 1. If you love John Deere, you'll love this show.
John Deere Action.
From the creators of All About John Deere and John Deere Action comes a new series aimed at the preschool set, Fun on the Farm. We'll talk about the growing season. You'll see tractors, new and old, planting, cultivating, combines harvesting the crops. We'll visit a farm right in the middle of a big city, see how John Deere makes combines, Visit a pizza farm. And play the cloud game. You'll be amazed at what you can find in the sky. You'll meet our pals, Doodle Rooster, Bell Cow, and Harvey Horse. Plus 9 new songs by James Coffey, including the Wacky Farm song and Old MacDonald Had a Farm. So come on along for guaranteed fun and laughs. You'll see lots of tractors, farm animals, steam engines, combines, and you'll learn a lot. I know I did. Till then,
Everyone knows that yellow and green.
all about John Deere, parts 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 40-minute DVDs featuring irresistible Johnny Poppers from the past, plus the latest and greatest from John Deere. Big 4-wheel drive tractors, amazing combines, planters, you name it, you'll see it in All About John Deere. All About John Deere, parts 1, 2, 3, and 4. Great entertainment for the entire family. All new from TM, John Deere Earth Mover Action. Like big earth-moving machines? Then buy this DVD because it has them all. Excavators, front-end loaders, graders, scrapers, backhoes, and dozers, including John Deere's newest, the super fast, super powerful 4-track 764. See all these big, rugged machines in action, digging dirt, plowing snow in the Rockies, loading big articulated dump trucks, climbing hills, plowing through rocks. Powerful, big-time earth mover action that will thrill and delight young and old alike. See lots of Ertl die-cast toys, mining candy at the Big Rock Candy Mountain Quarry. All new music by award-winning singer-songwriter James Coffey, plus lots of interesting facts so kids learn, laugh, and want more. All new John Deere Earth Mover Action. Prepare to be amazed.